Medic! Thank you, you're a gentleman and a scholar.
They have mortars on us.
I'm getting back on this thing like an idiot. Shovel on this MG! We need a shovel on this MG! Bodies. Ooh, I hit somebody.
Sorry, my radio's bugging out, so let me call in commands. Like a tank car and the fucking static one as well.
It's chaos out here, boys. Oh! What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel that is everything military simulator, tactical shooter, and historic gaming. This is another entry to the Tactical Gaming Journal. We got news on the upcoming Maginot Line map for Post-Scriptum, and a little bit more information on the Battle of Crete, aka Mercury mod. Now, as most of you already know, this Maginot Line map for the Chapter 2 Plan 1 has been under construction for quite some time. And for those of you that don't know, the Maginot Line was probably the largest defensive structure ever made. Now, historically, the Germans were bright enough to go around it during World War II, but thanks to video gaming, we will finally get to experience the Maginot Line in use, fighting amongst its ramparts and within its vast underground bunker and tunnel system. That's right, we've seen underground facilities in maps like Grave and Dennett, but nothing to this scale. Check out this cross-section illustration for just an example of how much of the actual base was actually underground. You have various guns upon the surface, and they are all interconnected by a vast tunnel system. And here we have some of the very first renders of this said tunnel system within the game itself. Now, the devs said they didn't want to make this a super focal point, but more or less an option. Most of the fighting will probably be above ground, but you could probably bet whoever controls these underground facilities is probably going to have the upper hand. Now, almost off topic, for some reason this image is probably my favorite of the bunch. It kind of shows off some pretty cool lighting. It looks like it's early dawn, and it almost reminds me of early lighting systems within Post-Scriptum before it was massively optimized. The early morning fog with the sun cutting through brings back memories of old Post-Scriptum, and hopefully they can find a way to get that lighting whilst being optimized. Here we have the Maginot map. You can see the railway that goes through the entire map with an S-turn, several lakes and rivers, creeks, little bodies of water, whatever you want to call them. This is in the mountainous area of France, so you can expect much verticality, but most importantly, the underground systems. This shows just how big we're talking of an underground bunker slash tunnels area. You see that big red line? That's going to be like the main vein of the underground tunnels, and you can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be a lot of blood drawn there. Hint hint, put an MG there when it comes time to play on this map, and thank me later. Here is another cross-section image showing just how vast these underground systems were. Everything from barracks, living quarters, hospital, movie theater, and of course defenses for fighting. It was all there. Now, rather unused, but now thanks to Post-Scriptum, we will finally get to use it. Now, one more thing before moving on, I wanted to show at least the bottom of this graphic here, which shows two different styles of tank trap. Now, I know this is the bane of every armored driver's existence, but I really hope they implement this despite your bickering and crying. Cause it is what it is, baby. You're silly enough to try to drive through or go over one of these, you deserve what's gonna happen. So, that's all, folks. But before we move on, I want to show these awesome screens at least one more time. Soak them in, pause it if you got to, soak in the glory. Freaking bring grenades, bring extra grenades. Riflemen, put your ammo boxes down so we can get more grenades. It's going to be an all-night slobber knocker below the Maginot Line. That's a guarantee. Oh my, I almost forgot to mention the armored doors. So the dev said there's going to be several features such as armored doors and hallways that can be used to, in a limited capacity, flank your enemy should they fail to guard these flanks. The armored doors will serve as a means to block attacking forces from moving up quickly and will require explosives to open, or the capture of the two-door controls on the other side of the door. In a similar fashion, some external doors will only be available to certain teams, and the use of these doors by an enemy team will require explosives. Okay, so now that's all, folks. For the Maginot Line, at least. God, I can't believe I almost forgot to mention the armored doors. It's like an awesome part. What is your most excited part about this? I know we've been waiting a long time for this map. Well, let me know down in the comments what you're most excited for about this map. Getting back to the verticality, maybe you were let down by the other two French maps and hoping this one is much better. Do the tunnels intrigue you? Do the extensive defenses intrigue you? Personally, I'm an attacker. I love leading attack squads, and I love competition. Yeah, I'm one of those nuts that enjoys attacking Utah Beach. So personally, I'm going to love being the Germans trying to attack this fortress. But let me know down in the comments what you're most excited about this. And now we're going to get into the Mercury mod, the Battle of Crete. Just a couple updates, nothing too crazy, but there was a couple that slipped by me and I didn't show you guys. First off, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and new to the whole mod update thing, be sure to look back at my video about Battle of Crete. I think it's called First Look. The devs actually exclusively showed me around the first map, Malame, and it's a can't miss. It's only a few months back. You can search for First Look or search Battle of Crete and it'll show up. Definitely check that video out if you haven't seen it yet. Here we have the German Kettenkrad. Aha! See, I looked that one up for all my enunciators. I got it right, didn't I? Kettenkrad. Anyway, they showed this off earlier, but since then they have greatly improved the overall look of it, cleaning up the textures. Now this Kettenkrad model is ready to go into the game. Here's a picture of US troops commandeering a German Kettenkrad. Now, I can't remember if it's the Mercury mod, but I know one of these mods is working on systems to be able to capture enemy vehicles. Now, as we already know, a lot of these mods are in cahoots and they're sharing each other's assets. So you can expect that feature probably to be within the game sometime soon, at least in the mods. Now, I know some people will probably be against it, but me personally, I'm all for being able to capture enemy vehicles. I think it's awesome. Now, again, we have another older update, but I'm pretty sure I missed it in my videos. And it being pretty awesome, I had to go over it, as the Mercury mod devs are showing off their desert paint jobs. Across Crete in 1941, the Allied forces employed the counter-camouflage scheme on their vehicles. The idea of this pattern was to break up the outline of their vehicles in a similar way to how certain navies employed dazzle forms of camouflage. Here you can see the Vickers Mark VI, the Matilda Mark II, and the Bren gun carrier sporting their new colors, ready to meet the Axis invasion head-on. The devs said they will continue to retexture and refine vanilla game assets to ensure they are historically accurate to what their real-world counterparts look like on Crete. Alright guys, I want to thank everybody for watching and supporting the channel. I want to give a special shout out to my channel members. I actually started a Patreon too, so if you're looking to support the channel, either hit the blue button or check out the Patreon link in the description. Pandemic got the best of you and you ain't got any money? I completely understand. If you enjoyed my content, just keep liking and commenting on the videos, man. It helps the algorithm more than you know. Also, a perk I don't have listed, all of my channel members and Patreon supporters will receive double the entry in every giveaway I do. That's right, our last winner won more than likely because he got 2 entries. I don't know how it all works. I draw it random. But if you're looking to get an edge up in the giveaways, just 99 cents a month will help you win a $20, $30 game. And the game we're giving away right now is freaking awesome. Beyond the Wire. The most visceral simulation of the Great War ever made. Of course, if you're new here, check out some of the content I've been doing on it recently. The game is fun as hell. It's got a melee system like Mordhau or Bannerlord. The game's just a ton of fun. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. And of course, for a chance to win it, it's really simple. All you gotta do is subscribe to this here YouTube channel, like this video, and join our little Discord community, Boogie5 Gaming Etc. Discord channel. But most importantly, drop a comment and within your comment, leave your Discord name and number. That's like your ticket stub. When I was a fresh YouTuber and doing one of my first giveaways, some jabroni stole the prize from the rightful winner, and that ain't happening again. Again, thank you all guys for the support. Special shout out to my channel members. Of course, just keep liking and commenting. Share the videos with your friends. It goes farther than you know. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you're new on the Discord, say hi. Don't be shy. The rules are kind of straightforward. Don't be an asshole. If you haven't already seen some of my virtual mission briefings for Post-Scriptum, definitely check that out. I also have a tutorial guides playlist. If you're a veteran to the game, I guarantee you'll learn at least something. Definitely be sure to check those out. And you guys, for the love of goodness, y'all be good to each other.